Good afternoon. I'm Ron, and I'm from Parsonsburg, Maryland. And this is my van, and I call it the Bird. The reason I call it the Bird is back in the day when I was young, in my 20s, this van, I put the wing on it, chopped it, changed the headlights in the front end, and sealed up the back doors. It was a fun little project, and I really enjoyed doing that kind of stuff. So life went on. I got married, put the van in the garage for about 35 years, and it was on a rental house. We finally sold it. Got to get the van out. So I'm sitting on the couch one day, and my brother calls me up and says, "The house sold. People want to be in 2 weeks. You got to come get that van this week." My wife's sitting there saying, crush the van, Richard." Just couldn't do it. So I went and got it, brought it down, completely stripped it down to nothing. Not a bolt in it, not a door on it. Dashboard was out, everything. No suspension, complete strip job. Started sanding on it, changed what I wanted to. I put hidden hinges in it. Never had those before. Pain in the butt. Keyless entry. Changed the glass. I decided, back in the day when I first built this van, I really liked the space shuttle program. And I kind of designed the side of it like the space shuttle, the wing in the back, chopped in the front, angled windows, segmented glass in the front. So I did all the segmented glass. I put these covers on this year, or last year, or this remodeling. And then I did hidden hinges over here, put the sunroof in front and rear. Never had those before. Getting too old to bend down and look at street lights, so I had to do something. And
your windshield, that had to be custom made, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to change the body panels so it would accept the glass and glue properly to it.
Oh, all right, okay.
Which wasn't a big deal. Pretty easy, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did I do on this rebuild? Keyless entry on all the doors. Oh, and then I put Mustang 2 front suspension in it. I had an air ride all the way around when I first put it together, but I could never get the front to work right. So I've got coilover springs on there now. And handles pretty good. The tire wear is not perfect yet, but I'm getting there. Keyless entry on all the doors. Wing windows still work. And that was about that. Then on the rear suspension, I still needed the air ride to get in and out of the garage with the wing.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that working pretty darn good. It doesn't lose air for like 2 days now, 3 days. And got all that set up back in the garage with 2 inches of clearance on the door. So that worked out well. Worked out well. I made the sunroof back here specially. I built steel up and welded everything in place so it would never leak, and there's drain tubes running down through the walls, all kinds of little stuff, just to keep it going.
Now, how did you make that wing? That's all?
It's all steel.
Oh, all steel, okay.
I made a pipe frame and then laid sheet metal on it. Same thing with the front.
Yeah.
I made a pipe frame for that and then laid sheet metal over it all. This winter I made the bumper. Never had a bumper on it before, and I put the trunk on. This is the same trunk I have on one of my other hot rods.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
And one day I was at a car show, and the guy turned to me and said, "I've got that same trunk sitting in my garage. It's been sitting there for years. You want to buy it?" I said, "What kind of shape's it in?" I said, "Fine." Went over and bought it. Sat in my garage now for 10 years or 15 years, maybe more. And then this winter when I did the bumper, I said that trunk would look pretty sharp on there. So I painted it, set it on there. Tail lights are nothing more than stock tail lights. 2 stock tail lights welded in together. And then I put 39 Ford or whatever they are tail lights on it. Headlights are Buick Century, about a 73 or 4. It had a big fiberglass piece in the front.
Yeah. And
it was smashed and broken in the middle. And I knew a guy who worked in the body shop, and he brought me to pieces, and I glued and screwed that in. It's the only fiberglass thing on the car. Everything else is steel, with a fine layer of Bondo on it.
What just come off? This grill coat's Rolls Royce, right?
No, it's
What
a
is
Lincoln Mark IV grill.
Oh, okay.
I changed the emblems around and the hood ornament. And it's all right. It's got nighttime lights that light up in there, and you'll see it at the lights.
You got the Eagle on there.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Used to have a Rocket Man on there because I was going to make it a rocket thing, like the space shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
I took the Rocket Man off and put the Eagle on this winter. That was another thing I did this winter. I moved my TV from where it was to where it is now. All right, so on the van, we've got the suspension in front and rear, Mustang 2 in the front, the 4-link on the air in the rear.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing I had to work on was the engine. I bought a 2009 Chevy van rolled over, took the engine, Hydro Boost brakes, steering column, dashboard panel, all the computers, wiring harness, gas tank, fuel pump, and put it all in here.
Wow, nice.
I moved the TV to the roll bar. It has a roll bar and it goes down inside the walls. I moved the TV from over here. It used to be over here on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and I made a bar over there in the back. And you'll get around to it.
Oh yeah. Looks comfortable, man.
It's all right. The bed this will slide back and fold into a couch.
The whole
Just
bed
all-
slide.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the boards are just sitting on,
Oh, I got you.
and that all
Okay,
slides
yeah,
back
yeah, right.
inside.
Nice.
folds
You
up
got a
into
lot
a-
of room in here. Yeah.
No, it's not really.
That's-
It's tiny. That's why I put the trunk on it. I keep all my camping stuff in the trunk.
Very cool.
Made some cabinets. Not the greatest things in the world, but
Good
you know.
storage.
Good storage. Dashboards.
Yeah, storage.
Now the dashboard's pretty neat.
I like the ceiling and all that.
I did all the door. I did everything. The only thing I didn't do was the glass and paint it.
Yeah.
Doctors told me years ago no more painting on, and I probably could go back to it again now, but I'm not going to try. All right, the dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
I took a Sears toolbox, and put it in for a glove compartment.
Nice.
The center section is just vintage air knobs up front for the air conditioning,
Mhm.
power windows, radio, and then that's just a switch panel. It's the lights and backup camera and reverse light. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
Now the shifter is just a Chevy shifter with a Coors Light beer tap on it and a silver bullet sticking on it. You push the bullet down to shift it.
That's cool. I like that. That's different.
My buddy Alan made me that little van up there on the dashboard
Uh-huh.
and painted it like mine.
Oh yeah.
He sent it to me one day in the mail. I said, gee, Alan, make the real thing next time for me. Even like the switches and stuff,
Yeah.
they're all out of the Chevy van because I use the same wiring harness and the computers, and I wanted the dashboard panel and everything else to work in sync with one another, so I had to keep up using a lot of the Chevy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Hydro Boost brakes are great. I mean, this thing stops on a dime. Disc up front, drum in the back.
All right. So what do we got here now?
This is the engine compartment. So I put the LS engine in there out of the 2009 van, and it was a 4.8 Chevy engine, and it's pretty slammed in there tight. Runs good though, don't overheat. Oil pressure's perfect. Right down the road we go.
Nice. Yeah, nice and clean. Great job, man. That's very nice. Got the aluminum
Radiator.
radio. Yeah, gotta have that, right?
Yeah,
Especially
AC.
on these older ones.
AC. It's got you gotta have AC.
Oh yeah.
Though it didn't work.
Looks
Drove,
great, man.
I drove about 1,750 miles to get here.
Yeah, 1750.
Yeah, about that. I was at the second nationals, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and then I was at the last four. I did not paint it. This was done at a paint shop.
Uh-huh.
The guy
yeah,
with the,
what is it? What pearl is that? Do you know?
it's just a white car pearl I picked out of the book. It's
Oh,
it's
okay.
nothing. It's not House of Colors or nothing
You got
like
your
that.
flames on there?
They're all House of Color paints, but yeah, flames. And
How about your wheels now? I know people are going to ask about these wheels.
there's nothing to answer. There's just Jig's wheels with different bolts and or different lug nuts
Yeah.
and stickers on them.
Okay.
They're just pretty basic wheels.
You got the Coopers on there.
Yeah, they were the cheapest wheels I could buy. But it's fairly straight. It's not perfect, but I did all the sanding myself,
Yeah.
and I did all the body work and all the sanding myself.
Mm-hmm.
And the painter says, "Well, what kind of flames you put on there?" I go, "You're the painter. You're supposed to be the artist. Just do something that'll look good." And
Right.
I think he knocked it out of the park.
All right, we're going to fire her up now. See how she sounds.
You ready?
Yeah, baby, let it rip.